Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Minish and I welcome you to this last part in my 3-part review of Black Ops 2. This time we'll be having a look at the zombie mode. So just to make things clear, the last zombie mode I actively played was in Call of Duty World at War. I played it every Saturday at a buddy's house in 2-player co-op. This is just to give you an idea of how long ago I played zombies. I used to love it, but let's find out if it's still any good. So, without further ado, let's get started with the actual review. So, first of all, let's have a look at the maps that are available. As you can see, there are 3 maps in total, and you can also get an extra Nuketown zombie map. However, just pre-ordering isn't enough to get this map. You have to buy a collector's edition or a season pass to get it. Perfectly normal, right? How about no? I understand that there are perks to pre-ordering or buying a special edition. That's perfectly normal, these days at least. But an entire level in a game mode that only has 3 levels to start with? You have to be freaking kidding me. That's like a quarter of the entire content you just got right out of there. I know the normal multiplayer has an exclusive Nuketown for pre-orders as well, but those pre-orders aren't more expensive, nor is one map on a total of 15 such a big deal. Alright, enough about that, now let's talk about the 3 game modes. Number 1. Survival. It's the standard zombie mode where you get several waves and you try to survive for as long as you can. Number 2. Grief. Basically, it's the same as survival, but you play in 2 teams and the last team to survive wins. However, you can't hurt each other, you have to let the zombies do all the dirty work. This game mode isn't very interesting in my opinion. The whole idea behind zombies is that you and some other people are playing versus the AI, and grief kinda ruins that feeling for me. And last but not least, Transit, a story-focused mode which features a large world you can traverse freely. However, you're still constantly getting attacked by zombies. You can move between towns on foot or by bus, and you can discover certain items which will allow you to enter new areas. Some might compare it to Left 4 Dead, although I don't really agree with that comparison. There's no clear objective in Transit, something that can be a bit confusing when you start playing this mode. For example, you can build certain items, but to build these items you need to collect the right materials, and you don't know which materials combine with each other. These aren't listed in game, so you have to find out what you can create by yourself. Now in every mode you shoot zombies, zombies give you cash, and cash unlocks areas. Several weapons and other useful items like perks can be bought as well. All of these modes can be played with up to 4 players. The game features the usual guns plus some sci-fi ones like laser cannons. So when you get past all that and you actually start playing the game, you'll instantly notice a few problems. The beginning of each match is incredibly boring. It only starts getting semi-interesting at wave 5, and by that time you're already 8 minutes in game. So that means every single match you play you get about 8 minutes of ultimate boredom. Why not start with a lot more zombies that die faster? Wouldn't that have been more interesting? Next up, fire. Why the hell is there fire everywhere? And not just this, but why do I light up like I'm drenched in gasoline? I only need to get near a small crack in the ground with a small tiny flame coming out, and before I know it I'm the Human Torch and my vision is completely blurred. Very annoying. Another problem is people leaving. When someone leaves, no one else can join to take their place. And a lot of people seem to leave as soon as they see someone else leaving. Nice chain reaction. This reminds me so much of the MOBA style games where if someone rage quits, you're forced to carry on with the people that are left. Why is it so hard for these games to just let people join and replace another player? I really don't see the problem. Just let them continue playing where the other player left off. Revolutionary game development ideas right here, my friends. Now, I already talked about graphics in the single player video, and the graphics didn't bother me that much in the single player or the multiplayer, but the zombie maps are just plain ugly. They look so much worse than the maps in the other game modes. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because they wanted to make the maps bigger, like the Transit map, but still, why sacrifice the graphics when you know your graphics aren't top notch in the first place? Also, I recognize each and every sound from the zombie mode in World at War. Maybe it's time for a change to not only the graphics, but also to the sounds. In conclusion, so far the only mode I enjoyed playing was the classic survival mode. Grief seems to go against the basic principles of zombie mode, and Transit might be interesting, but I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. The game doesn't give me any hints at all either. Each match is incredibly boring for the first 8 or so minutes, and when someone leaves, you're stuck with whoever you have left. I absolutely hate the screen blur I get every time I happen to walk near a small flame, and why the hell do I only get 3/4 of a game just because I don't want to pay an extra $10 or more? Taking all of this into account, you might as well be picking up Black Ops 1 or World at War if your main focus is the zombie mode. You'll get as much enjoyment out of it and it will cost you less. Actually, I like the World at War zombie mode a lot more. Probably because the maps were a bit smaller and my character wasn't a living, breathing candle. Oh yeah, and those zombies back in World at War, those were Nazis. And let's be honest here, what do you prefer? A normal zombie or a Nazi zombie? I'll leave that up to you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for a new video each Saturday and unscheduled ones during the week.